Hey guys, and welcome back to the Mutual Friends podcast. I hope you're doing well. Super glad that you're here. If you're watching on YouTube, we're going great cozy vibes today. Sweatshirt. I had to do the blanket. I put on makeup. I was like, okay, we're gonna do the thing, but I need the cozy vibes so bad. First of all, I don't know if I literally haven't gone outside yet. I don't know what the temperature is outside, but my house is freezing. Second of all, and I'm hoping you can't hear it in my voice too bad, I got back from New York. We're doing a bit of a quick turnaround with the filming or with the podcast. And I got back, and while I was in New York, we were doing my company on-site. So we were obviously doing things all day, and then we had a party, we had dinners and cocktails, and every night was something. I was going to bed at 1:30, between 1:30 and 3, and then waking up at 7. I went to bed at 2 p.m. yesterday and woke up at 8 a.m. this morning. I had an hour maybe between 10 and 11, I think, that I woke up and Joseph was still downstairs. I don't know. I was a zombie. I needed that so bad. But because of that, we're having a little cozy moment. So if you're listening, I'm hoping that you're able to have your cozy moment. Today's going to be a really good episode. So we are going to be doing, this is some information that I've been gathering for weeks. We're going to be doing an episode on hills that I would die on. I think that this is going to be really not only entertaining and enlightening, but encourage you to have hills that you would die on. I was talking to Joseph about what his would be, and he was like, I don't really feel like that strongly about something. And I was like, oh, you should. It is so fun. It is so fun to have really strong, dramatic opinions for almost no reason at all. So we're going to dive into that after, of course, the group chat. So we've got things to say. We've got some stories, some of which I'm very intrigued by. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the group chat. First story. This is the one that kind of really got me. So Jada Pinkett Smith's, this is a headline that goes into something. So Jada Pinkett Smith's kids, Willow and Jaden, are relieved that the truth about her sham marriage to their dad Will is finally out after years of being forced to lie to protect their parents' secret. So evidently, Jada and Will Smith have not been together and have been living totally separate lives since 2016. Which I'm deeply confused by. And not only that, I'm trying to think, I don't know where she actually, where Jada actually released this, if this was on The View, I'm not sure. But the article says, this is from the Daily Mail, while she continues to drop bombshell revelations ahead of the release of her upcoming memoir, including admitting her shock at Will referring to her as his wife during his infamous Oscars slap last year. Children Jaden, 25, and Willow, 22, are hoping this is a chance for their family to finally heal. So when Will Smith did that slap at the Oscars last year, that it was called the slap heard around the world, they weren't even married. And I'm cackling when she's she was, her shock at Will referring to her as his wife. First of all, if you were keeping this secret together, I feel like that shouldn't have been a shock. And also, I'm not condoning violence by any means at all, but homeboy slapped a man on television for you, got canceled, and now you're like, I wasn't even his wife. It's so fun. It's not funny. It is funny though. Yeah, so apparently they've been separated. What a weird time for this to come out. I also feel like this is not, it's really getting buried by a lot of other news. This is shocking to me. And also, what does that mean? What does that mean you've been separated? I just need to learn more. I'm sure that's the whole purpose, so that people will read her memoir and hear more. I really don't want to see Will Smith in a bad light. I don't. That's like seeing Will Ferrell in a bad light. It's just certain people I'm like, no, just don't. Don't. We already had the slap thing. I don't want you to become a public enemy. And so I'm hoping that this memoir does not I don't know, uncover that Will Smith is actually a horrible person. That would be deeply sad. Yeah, and then I guess Jada and Willow and just over here like watching this happen. Interesting. I don't know. Did anyone else know this? This is really shocking to me, and I still don't understand how more people aren't talking about this. Anyways, okay, next, of course, we can't skip out that the Eras Tour movie released last week. It released early due to unprecedented demand. I have yet to understand how anybody is saying the word unprecedented, or the words unprecedented demand in terms of Taylor Swift. This is not unprecedented demand. This is just the Taylor Swift effect. We know that it's going to be insane. How are we not prepared for that by now? Anyway, so it ended up releasing early. So Swift announced via socials on October 11th that it would actually be releasing Thursday, October 12th, which kind of is like, that kind of stinks because like her whole like 13 being her number thing, and it was October the 13th. It was really planned out very well, but also caring for the fans, making sure that everybody has seats. It totally makes sense. And Taylor also arrived. She made a dramatic entrance. This is from page 6. Dramatic entrance at the Grove in Los Angeles Wednesday night for the world premiere of her concert film, dressed in a blue strapless gown by Oscar de la Renta that was fit for a pop princess. She looked so cute. She had a faux bob as a nod to her 1989 era haircut. It was just gorgeous. She looked gorgeous, and the movie experience looks insane. Oh my God, it was so cute. I saw this TikTok video, and it was people in a theater, and they were singing, Willow. They were singing Willow. Oh, I'm getting so much better as a Swift fan, like knowing the songs' names. And it was like, they were in circles, like everybody was holding hands. There was an inner circle, and there was probably like 3 circles, whatever. And they were just like skipping in circles, singing all together. It looked like, at least 50 people, like just creating. It was so cute. It said something about like, something about them accepting that they're a cult. 100%. If I were Taylor watching these videos of these people like singing together, holding hands, skipping around like a fairy princess, I would be bawling my eyes out. This makes me want to bawl my eyes out. The community thing, it's so cute. I'm going to be seeing the Eras Tour movie at some point, not really sure when, but at some point, I probably have to wait until Sarah Walsh, who you guys know, because she's been a guest on here before, comes and visits me, because I think that if I were to see it without her, you would no longer have a podcast host. Anyway, next story. So Noah, Cyrus, and Miley are evidently having like some family feud. I think it's like stemming off of the divorce of Billy Ray and then their mom, who I cannot remember her name. But yeah, okay, so it was really weird. So Noah Cyrus blasts her sister, Miley Cyrus, in the comments section of a podcast interview that has resurfaced on TikTok. So I don't know when this podcast interview happened. This is all from page 6. But Miley did a podcast interview with, what's his name? Joe Rogan. With Joe Rogan. And she was talking about one of Noah's like songs or something. And was essentially like, yeah, like the whole EP, she's very depressed. She talks about like in the song, I guess it says like, my sister is the sun shines on my sister and it follows her around, or something along those lines. And then she's like, I'm a dark rain cloud. I watched the clip. It doesn't seem like Miley's like bashing her sister or calling her like a depressed person. It's more of like funny, like, oh, this is a very like emo moody song. But then Noah on it comments like, this is so disrespectful. And I'm like, what? Like when I watch it, I don't see that as something that's disrespectful. But if there's like family drama happening and like they're already going through something, then yeah, I don't know. I find it fascinating I don't know why I find it fascinating that comments from celebrities, like when celebrities interact with other people's social media and it makes national news, obviously that is a communication interaction. So it's a very valid like thing to pay attention to. But also it's an Instagram comment. I find it funny that still holds so much weight that it is actually in national news. But again, like that's essentially, an Instagram comment is no different from somebody overhearing, like if Noah had said to Miley, like, that is so disrespectful. It's literally just a means of communication. I just find it hysterical. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Cyrus fam. I really don't. But Miley looks like she's doing just fine. Like, I was watching a video of her performing, and she just really, I think it's almost understated how talented Miley Cyrus is. Her voice is so unique, and as a performer, she is so good. Like, so good. I didn't actually love the song Flowers very much. I found it more kitschy than anything. Like, it's nice to sing and it's nice to hear when I'm like pushing a cart in Target, but it didn't like hit a certain way. I would love to hear Miley come out with a more of like a country rock album, going back to her roots, really exercising like her grainy voice. I feel like as I say that, my voice is giving Sticky Shoes a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but those were the top 3 stories. Nothing crazy. I think the Will Smith thing is what really throws me off, but nothing too exciting going around. I feel like things are getting very mellow. People are settling in. The fact that we're almost at Halloween is kind of terrifying to me. We still haven't put up our Halloween decorations, and I'm really scared that we're not going to get to because of how much traveling we're going to be doing. Like October, November, December, like everybody knows these 3 months for everybody is insane. And I'm like, oh God, like I'm excited, but also slightly terrified because it always is so busy during this time of year. Taking several trips. I'll be, in Georgia next week, potentially going on my first brand trip, which would be very cool. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would put me in New York this week, next week, and then I'm booked for New York the week after. So that's literally 3 weeks in a row flying to New York. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. But anyways, let's go into hills I would die on. And here's the thing. As we go into this, the fun thing about having hills that you would die on is that you can take a very dramatic take, and the whole fun of it is that it is dramatic. I think that it is healthy to exercise like, this is where we can say unprecedented, or I guess like not unjustified, but I'm having a word. What's the word that I'm wanting to use? I'm having a word fart, which is atrocious on a podcast because it's that time when people are yelling at the like whatever you're listening to, and you know the word. Unparalleled. It's like it doesn't match you're probably yelling the word. It doesn't match the like energy warranted. Like there is anyway, it doesn't matter. This is so annoying. We have to keep going. But it's fun to have just a very dramatic reaction to something that really shouldn't be dramatic. And so I'm going to give you these, we have, what are they, 6 hills that I would die on that for mainly fun, the sake of fun. If you were to come at me and ask me about these, I can go into a full dissertation on them. And I encourage you to find what these are for yourself. First one, people should kiss more. Hear me out. Specifically, the United States, I think that we should have more PDA. Please hear me out. Like, just hold on. So, like in Europe, like they greet each other, they kiss each other on like either side of the cheek. I feel like kissing in a casual, friendly, I've talked about this on the podcast before. I feel like kissing in a casual, family form, especially like just like kissing on the cheek, should be so much more normalized. I also am somebody that I love physical touch. I love like acts of affection. I love kissing my friends' cheeks. Like when I say bye to my girlfriends, I love kissing their cheeks. I think it's just that act of affection I think it's so human. I love human affection. And so I think that Americans should kiss more. Like, I think it should be very normal to like do the like kiss on both sides of your cheeks or kiss one cheek, whatever, with like anyone, like guys, girls, it doesn't matter. I think that should be normalized. And I stand by that. And every time I talk about this, people look at me like, I'm sorry, what? I'm like, no, it, you know, like how sweet, like you walk up to your friend and you get to kiss him, mwah, mwah, and you talk about your day and you get to just like it's cute. It's cute. I like that it shows your affection for the other person. This is absolutely like, I think, showing my side of like, I love humans. I love humans. I love human interaction. I love humans being cute and loving each other, both in like love, like a romantic way and like in a friend's way. I think it's very important for you to show affection to other people. This could go on forever. Anyway, next one. FedEx should be shut down. I hold that. People know I've got a shit list. I had 3 businesses on my shit list. Right now, Dairy Queen is off of that because of the Snickerdoodle Blizzard, of course. My 2 others are FedEx and IHOP. IHOP, you know what? I'll add that here. As one statement, FedEx and IHOP should be shut down. FedEx, because tell me a time that you've actually gotten a FedEx package on time. FedEx has one job, like it's delivery. I have never, like if I see something that is being shipped through FedEx, I just automatically add like 3 days to a week to whatever delivery time that they say. It is never on time. Second of all, but even besides that, even worse than that, an offense that FedEx has made on their people, FedEx, at least around me, has taken away all of their stores. They no longer have like stores that have people in them that help you ship packages. Now it's like drop-off centers like at a Walgreens, and I've used it before. And I'm just like, seriously? Like, that you've managed to literally take away your entire storefront. And now what, you're expecting loyalty? Absolutely not. Absolutely. You know what? I walk into a UPS, I could be holding whatever I need to ship in my hand and look at them in wonder and bewilderment, not knowing how to mail anything, because that's usually how these interactions go with me. And they would say, you know what? I got you. UPS always has my back. This also stems from, I have a fear of the mail. Me and the mail have never gotten along. Receiving mail, perfect. Totally fine. I'm very good at it. Sending mail, it's taken me 9 months before to send something. Like, me and the mail, our relationship goes way back, and we do not have time to elaborate on that topic. We don't. Me and the mail, it's, no, me and the mail don't get along. UPS is my friend. UPS will never let me down. And so, and for that, oh yes, and let's go into IHOP. IHOP. Me and IHOP have some personal beef because in my senior year? No, it was my junior year of high school. I took AP chemistry, and our class did we went to IHOP our AP chemistry class went to IHOP for a study session. And now, I obviously didn't choose IHOP for a study session. I don't remember what I got. IHOP's menu is pretty atrocious. It's dumb. I also hate pancakes. So I'm like, why am I here? But even their lunch menu is so mediocre, and it smells like syrup and vomit cleaner in there. I think I had like super something. Yeah, I got food poisoning, like super food poisoning. It's the first time I've ever gotten food poisoning. I woke up the day of my AP chemistry exam and I could not move my head without vomiting. And I missed my AP chemistry exam. And so I had to take the makeup, which based on me chatting with my peers, what are they called? Friends, students, other students in the class, who cares? It was apparently harder. So that is a personal offense that IHOP has done to me. And their whole IHOB thing, whatever that era was, who can get behind them? They don't even know who they are. No, absolutely not. Next. So a hill I will die on. Putting your seat back on a flight is not a crime. People who have an issue with putting their seat back on a flight, I'm just like, here's an idea. You put your seat back. I realize it has to be a communal understanding, but if somebody here's the thing. If somebody puts their seat back and it's I'm behind them, I can put my seat back. It's like a, secondary effect. I can adjust. I also, by letting them put their seat back, I am acknowledging the comfort that I am allowed to have on the plane. They are using like a feature available to them. I'm just like, I don't think that people should get mad at people for putting their seat back on a plane. It's a feature that is meant for comfort, and it's almost, to me, I see it as a reminder of, oh yeah, like I'm able to do this. And if I'm able to accept that they can put their seat back, then I also can have like, you know, I don't need to be shy about putting my seat back on the plane. Like I can just do that. And we can all agree that it's a fun time. And we're all golden. I think the plane airport things, that's where, if you're like, I'm not sure what hill I would die on, I'm not sure like what I feel so strongly about, think of going to the airport. Because for whatever reason, I think that is a great place where people have very strong opinions on how people should behave. So anchor in that. Next one, bottled ranch is not good. I don't know who is lying and saying bottled ranch is good. It's not. It's just not as good. Okay. Now, I do this thing. I learned it from my mom. Like if I go to a restaurant and they have ranch dressing and I want ranch dressing, I always ask if it is house-made. I always ask if it is house-made. House-made ranch is 10 times better than bottled ranch. Bottled ranch, I'd rather pick a different type of condiment than do bottled ranch. It's not, you know what the one thing I use bottled ranch for is? Pasta salad, because I have to use like 2 bottles to make like a, you know, big thing. Also, pasta salad is so gas. Like I adore pasta salad. I also have a great recipe. Anywho's, bottled ranch is not good. It's just not. I don't know who's like dipping their stuff in ranch. It's not the move. Particularly buttermilk ranch. Nasty. It's not good. Homemade ranch, house-made ranch, delectable, delightful. It is that for sure, I can totally stand behind. Bottled ranch is not good. Next one. This is an airport one. My last take is, I think, the most divisive. I would think more divisive than the people should kiss more. But this is, so second to last one. People who park at the airport should be arrested. Again, I did say that the airport is a really good place to anchor your dramatic opinions in. If you are one of those people, and here's where this comes from. Charleston Airport is a small airport. We have airport security, but they're not, I mean, we always have the airport security, but not all the time are they like out on like where people pick people up and, you know, making sure people move. So when they're not there, people use the front of the airport like a parking lot. Like when I see a car like sitting and especially that person is like out of their car actively waiting for a person, we have a cell phone lot. Keep the traffic moving. Like it will literally be the full front row of people to get picked up, and the cars are just sitting there. I'm like, your person isn't here. It's a small circle. This airport is the size of a small town mall. It's not big. Just take the circle again. Because now, myself, as somebody who is good and ready to be picked up, and my person sat in the cell phone lot because, hello, they know what they're supposed to do. Now I have to go past your car into the second row, which is where really traffic should be flowing. People should not have to be stopping there even to get people in their car. It's dumb. It's just, there's certain rules that society goes by that we just need to like listen to. Don't be that person. If you are that person, I am actively right now judging you. No. Oh, and it's always like, honestly, I've never seen it be a younger person. It is always an older person, and not old as in like elderly. It's that middle range. You're just sitting there on your phone. Absolutely not. Take the circle around. It takes 3 minutes. Do not park in the front of the airport. Just don't. Could you imagine if like somebody at LAX did that? No. And it is my favorite thing when the airport security is outside and they go up to a car and you can't. It's my favorite thing. Justice served. Truly. Okay, last one. I want you to open your hearts, open your minds a little bit to take this one in. The people who agree with this are going to be so yes for this. The people who do not agree with this, I need ours. What am I saying? Arms, eyes, and hearts open. And your R's, if you need that open as well. Nickelback is misunderstood, and hating them for, like, became cool for absolutely no reason. I don't know why Nickelback gets so much flack. Their music is good. Also, if you're gonna listen to Daughtry, I would even venture to say if you're gonna listen to Coldplay, and you're gonna have the audacity to shit on Nickelback, no, you're done. You're so done. No. Nickelback, tell me why. The music is good. It is good music. Like, I don't even know what to say to you. When and why did hating Nickelback become cool? I'm losing the ability to speak. When did it become cool? And it's just, I've never seen, like, people rally around something with so little explanation in my life. Like, when did it, I'm gonna look it up. Like, why, like, when did Nickelback become hated? When did Nickelback become hated? I don't know. Who's Chad Kroeger? Oh, this is all, like, things. Oh, there is a 2023 article. Becoming the most hated band in the music history doesn't happen overnight. I have no idea what this is saying. Okay, this is nice. It gives me, their songs all sound the same and stupid. No, they don't. Literally, no, they don't. What are you talking about? I want you to listen to their albums. It's called having a genre. So freaking dumb. You can only hear bad songs so many times. This is literally an article, and you're not even making good takes. Like, I don't understand. When people say Nickelback's music isn't good, I just think that they are not even, they either actually haven't heard the songs, or they're just, like, jumping onto some bandwagon. And same thing when people are like talk about Kim Kardashian. I'm like, do you know actually anything about Kim Kardashian? Like, the people who hate Kim Kardashian, I'm like, give me your reasons why. Like, give me some solid reasons why. Also, have you ever watched the show? Like, have you ever, like, I think that people just jump on these, I hate it. Hills that I would die on. Nickelback's music is good. And whoever is saying it's not is just lying. And you know where liars go? That's what my mom says all the time. Do you know where liars go? Of course, the answer is to hell. But it's my favorite. Anyway, those are the hills that I would die on. I wanted this to be a guest episode. Joseph was not feeling well. He was supposed to argue these out with me because I was hoping that we could really have that discourse. But for you listening to this podcast, I want to know which of these, like, are you like, yeah, that totally makes sense, and which of these do you actively disagree with? Secondly, what are the hills that you would die on? And if you're sitting here, you're like, I don't think I feel that strongly about anything. Yes, you do. It's about giving yourself permission to love or hate something with such, oh my gosh, I'm having a vocab issue today, guys. I think it's the 16 million hours of sleep. Veracity? Maybe we'll use it. Hating or loving something with such veracity. I don't think that's a word. Oh my God, I've got it. We've got to shut this down. Guys, I hope that you're doing better in the brain region than I am right now. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful week. I feel like we're closing this out like really abruptly, but it's truly because I don't think that I can say something intelligent to you anymore. So I'm just going to leave you with that. And I just highly encourage you, have a hill that you would die on, because it is a fun exercise to figure out what you are so passionate about that you would die on that hill. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Have an absolute fabulous week wherever you are. If you have any episode recommendations or requests, rather, please send them in. We'll have some guests on the next few weeks. It's going to be a very exciting next few weeks. And yeah, I love you guys so very much. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.